What's fucking chilling, weed champs? It's your boy, Young Emoto Slayer, and you have just tuned in to the Weeaboo Corner. Y'all good? You're looking pale. You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm back once again. The binge has ended. I've got the heat. I'm sizzling the pan. I'm flipping pancakes. I'm on this shit plenty. Now, some may ask, where have you been? And the answer is simple. I've been watching Monogatari. Yes, crazy, but more on that in a later video. Today, I'm here to bring some love into your life. I'm talking sweet, beautiful, wholesome, tsundere-free love. So with that, let's come in heated with the Quintessential Quintuplets, where most anime grow the harem / potential love interests bit by bit throughout the series. The Quints do something I've very rarely seen been done in any anime, and just throws in every single girl right at the first episode. And boy oh boy, do we have some goodness. We have Itsuki, Miku, Yotsuba, Ichika, and best girl Nino. Did I mention a tsundere-free love? I lied. There's one. So, in the spirit of the second season being released, let's fill you all in on what's going on here. Usugi is a smart boy whose family is broke and or in debt because of the child's father. Fortunately for him, his dad is absolutely willing to pimp his son out for some petty cash. Now, don't get me wrong, Usugi is not very nice. By all means, he's a frustrating person to follow and he acts like a dick as well. So, anyway, he acts like a dick to this girl Itsuki at lunchtime and she holds a grudge against him forever. Did I mention a tsundere-free love? I lied, there's two. So anyway, his dad is a pretty cool person and he finds a wealthy father whose daughters are absolutely not very smart and applies his son to tutor them into somewhat smart girls. Are we on the same page? Usugi has to tutor all 5 of these sisters. What a shocking and lucky twist. So, most of the series is currently about Usugi trying to get on everyone's good side so that they can get smarter. Let's cut the middleman here and say that the opening scene of the series involves a wedding chapel. Inside is a somewhat older Usugi getting ready to marry someone, but we'll never find out because every chance we get of them sharing a real special moment is usually shared between the 5, or is difficult to tell through reflections or smoke and mirrors, meaning that the only people who do know the truth of who he actually marries are the manga readers. And even if the ending is spoiled for anyone who watches the show, they'll still be in denial because their best girl is probably someone completely different. Probably my favourite part of the entire series is just how bloody different these girls are from one another and how they all have completely varying girl types. We've got Tsunderes 1 and 2. We've got older sister Chan, who isn't actually older sister because they are literally quintuplets Chan. Hinata herself. And what I'd like to believe is the living embodiment of annoyance. All of these girls, somewhat different in their own way, but still knowing one another to such a level that they can imitate each other so perfectly just by putting on a wig and changing your clothes around, swapping accessories, changing clothes. That's child's play. These hoes can perfectly copy their sisters on a demonic possession level. Is these women channeling Sasha Fierce? Is this Annabelle? This is crazy. I want to give my first award for Tool of the Month to our boy Usugi for just being a clueless dickweed. And then I want to give Best Girl Award to Nino, who has never let me down once as a woman who will gladly step on you. I enjoyed the story to a good amount, both because of the opening chapel scene, but also because I just love to see a man miss. This is like Diet Rent a Girlfriend. The man is just fucking clueless, but we know for a fact that he fucks in the end, so we have something to look forward to, which is finding out the girl that he fucks in the end. Now, let's get the worst news out the way. No beach episode. Not one. No sand, no sea. We do see a hot springs scene, a hot springs shot of Nino's titty size, so God is real and here today. The OP slaps, It's cute and it's high pitched, and it exposes all the Quints for being secretly in love with Uesugi. The end theme slaps even harder. I secretly wish that the end theme was replaced by the opening theme. No, other way around. I secretly wish the opening theme was replaced by the end theme because, goddamn, let me hear that shit twice. Now, you may wonder why I don't appear to be super excited and just like aggressive energy with this, and it's because the show just doesn't really. It's just overall straight up isn't very exciting. Like, it's cute and it's got its moments, but it's just not that very exciting. Like, it's not One Piece. The true excitement really comes from the battle of the girls. Who's gonna win? With everything that the Quints have provided us. 5 girls, 1 man. I'm gonna give this show a solid 6. Like, it's good, but it's got no beach episode, so a big dip. So you might have heard this name thrown around a vast amount in the past 4 or so years that it's been released, and let me tell you that it's not wasted breath. Made in Abyss has been a whole trip all the way through the series, and even throughout a cliffhanger of a series ending, I was still tripping over my words as trying to summarize what I'd finally seen. If you remember what I'd said when I'd finally finished my review on Madoka Magica, that had me fucked up all the way through, and then I realized there's 3 movies. Movies 1 and 2 were literally the whole series with no breaks, and the 3rd movie was my highly waited for finalization of the series. And by highly waited for, I mean for about half an hour, because I literally finished the whole series in one day. So, what's it about? Made in Abyss is explained best watching the first episode, so if you haven't done that yet, I'll give you a solid moment to quick hit on that pause button, skedaddle on over to that show and watch the first episode. Go on. Get. So I've given the newbie some time, now that the cool kids are still here, let's hit the synopsis real quick. So the Abyss is a hole in the ground. I'm talking bigger than you could ever imagine. Shia LaBeouf couldn't dig this hole. I'm talking a full chasm all the way stretched down into the goddamn center of the earth, the depths of the netherworld. Full of monsters and creatures that'll kill you on sight. I'm talking Chief Keef level of demons from however the fuck many years ago. Where did they come from? What do they do? Why is water wet? Why is the sky blue? All of these questions are either completely ignored or super explained the moment they're asked, and thank God for that, because I was nearly falling asleep with all this. Just kidding, the world is crazy. So we follow Riko, who is the daughter of what we're known to know as a white whistle, an abyss diver, who is so renowned that she has the nickname Liza the Annihilator, one of the top ranks among the divers, and Riko wants to be like her. So much so that she decides to go down there herself to search for her mother, who is assumedly waiting for her. So our story revolves around Riko and her robot friend companion Reg, who saves her life early on and also wants to go down too, so that he can find out who or what he is. Together they form a phenomenal team of a literal robot and a selfish and unemotional zombie fetus on their way to uncover why and what the hell is going on. Are you still following? Thank you. Let's talk the goodness, shall we? The world building in this show has given me an official love of creation. The whole world around us almost feels like it's coming to life as we're moving forward. The monsters that we meet feel almost like a lost Final Fantasy art book brought to life in the craziest way, with skill sets, quirks and traits that honestly no monster should ever have. This is not right. Monsters that can mimic people's cries for help as they're eating them. Monsters that can straight up inflate you to the size of the balloon before you die. Monsters that will kill you or that will kill themselves over time, and they move in such a perfect way as to enrich the story and highlight the mysteries of the world. We have such a good mix of world building, monster building, and on very rare occasions, character building. My main issue with the characters themselves is how little they grow as people. Granted, we are literally following a robot and a zombie fetus, but with the characters themselves and you know, just like still. The absolute drive for Riko to be drawn to the depths of the abyss and Reg to stop her from literally fucking dying. It's genuinely quite nice to observe such a symbiotic relationship, if it can be called that. Riko runs fast while Reg protects her. Okay, later on, and I'm talking super later on, we're introduced to another character who is a rabbit person and has an even deeper backstory, which I can't be bothered to get into, but you know, it really does go to prove how character growth can actually happen. It's very possible, but it just doesn't happen. Regardless of this, I absolutely enjoyed the lack of humanity that you have to take on when growing into like a white whistle. Through this lack of humanity, you can really see the insanity in the adults throughout the abyss, as if they had to lose something super important to them to get to where they had to be. The show only rarely gives the feels, or at least like a reason to feel anything, but knowing the ultimate fate that awaited them from the start of the journey, it's hard to feel sorry for anyone in this show, except for in the movies. You have every right to feel sorry for everyone in the movies. Obviously, I would be an arsehole not to talk about the music, because it's very good. And that's it. I'm not going to say anything else about the music. The music's so good, so good. Everyone already talked about the music. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this anime all the way through, and I don't really think that... I don't think it has a little something for everyone, but I think that anyone watching this would find something that they'd enjoy in it. At least one thing, at least somewhere. But what the show really lacked in a good sense of humour, it really made up for in these really somber slice of life moments surrounding the characters that we've met throughout the series, and characters that we've already known for however long. It's just really nice to see people who you know should have died years ago enjoying what little life they have today. And with that, I rate Made in Abyss a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Now, I wish I had the editing prowess to give this show the visual justice it deserves. But if you haven't jumped into the Monogatari series yet, I'll put a timestamp so that you can go into the series completely blind and enjoy it without me spoiling a single thing. You've had your chance. Actually, I'll give you one more chance. Just a tiny chance. Teeny tiny chance. Okay? I've taken... You're taking advantage now. That is your chance. Here we go. So, today I'm talking about Nekomonogatari Black, a story that takes place just before Bakemonogatari over what I would believe would be about a couple of days. First things first, we're following our main hero, Koyomi Araragi, who has just recently survived a vampire attack from what we would believe was Kiss Shot, Acerola Orion Heart Under Blade. And we meet up with our Lord and Saviour, Tsubasa Hanekawa, who has never had a toothbrush in her mouth, mind you. Walking with our queen, we notice a bandage on her face and realise that it's to cover up her quote-unquote parents have literally been officially physically abusing her. So, upon healing her bruise, she sees a dead cat on the road, a dead silver cat with no tail, and she buries it and gives it a makeshift funeral. And this is where our story kicks off. Araragi talks to Meme Oshino about this, and after a lengthy interrogation, Meme, or Oshino, let's just call him Oshino, finally finds out that what they had buried was an aberration, one perfect for Hanekawa's current mind state. So now we start our mission to find Hanekawa, make sure she's safe, only to find out that she's damn well attacked her own quote-unquote parents, and is officially possessed by the afflicting cat aberration. Off the top, I understand that I can't review the Monogatari series on my traditional rating system, so I'll have to review it based on my excitement and how interested or gripped I was to the series as a whole. And let me tell you, I was fucking thrown off my seat in absolute anguish. The whole 4 or so episodes that the series entailed were filled with the information I craved and the answers I sought. It cements everything I questioned involving how Hanekawa feels about Araragi, how Araragi feels about Hanekawa, Araragi's relationship with his sisters pre-Bakemonogatari, and even the home life of Hanekawa, which will play a drastically important part in the story. later on down the line. Following Araragi, however, had made me really understand the perspective of the characters and how it plays a big part in how we as an audience see the world in front of us. Also, Araragi sees only the people closest to himself, so we as an audience don't see anyone else. He wants to see titties, but his sense of justice and morality, albeit is very little, stops him from being a complete degenerate. So we see the refrain from him being sent to jail. But most of all, we see that he doesn't really entirely know what he's doing the entire way through. He flies by the seat of his pants, or in this case, the sword in his pants, as we finally get our first look at the sword Aberration Killer, a Sephiroth-linked sword that can kill, literally just kill aberrations. And Araragi's dumbass wants to use it on Hanakawa's cat form, completely unaware of the amount of titty she's packing, plus the OP fucking bangs. It's so fucking cute. Oh my days, it's so good. So that's it for any spoilers on this. Should you watch the series? Yes. Am I going to give the series a 10 out of 10? Of course. We get to see 4 or so episodes of Hanakawa in her underwear killing niggas off like it's easy. Of course she deserves the world. It's just... what else would I do? Well, we made it. Now that you've finished this episode, if anyone on road asks if you've seen the Quintessential Quintuplets, Made in Abyss or Nekomonogatari Black, you could say, of course I have. I have good taste. So what's your favourite part of the show today? Yeah? Really? Me too. Absolutely, that was also my favourite part. Actually, I lied, because my favourite part of the episode is the best girl corner of the week. Meet our contenders: Nino from the Quints, Nanachi from Made in Abyss, and obviously Hanakawa from Nekomonogatari Black. And our winner is... oh my god, it's Nino from the Quints! Oh, sorry Hanakawa, but I can't stay away from them fucking cinderella's. Anyway, I hope you had a fantastic time in the Weeaboo corner. Tune in next week for another episode, and if you can't find it, just watch this episode again. So now, get the hell out of my corner. Bye.
I ain't worried about a bitch, I got problems of my own, got me counting on my fingers. I'm feeling like a ninja, creeping on that Bebo, making sure I'm screenshotting all the feet pictures. Lil' bitch, e-girls in my emails, derailed, trying to get the details, but your feet retail. Only fucking with the clean little toes of my waifu, I ain't never fucking with a resale. Don't even try to sell a motherfucker to your boy if another nigga's got it at the same time. That's why I only got the one little mama at your grams coming with the cookies like it's Dateline. She called me Chris Handsome. I might even take a G-Ma to the opera's Phantom. Mask off nigga, I'm flying off the handles cause I'm finna take her back to the toe sucking anthem. Saying Itadami Kasu for I eat the ass. Handkerchief on cause I'm all about the class. Never going fast, nigga.